Transportation, it's the circulatory system of our society. This amazing network of roads, bridges, walkways, and transit operations is the lifeblood of our economy. Traveling down a street, we don't give a second thought to what it takes to build a road and keep it in good shape. Maybe the time has come when we should. There are nearly 16,000 miles of city streets in Colorado. That's 25% more than just a decade ago. That's a lot of miles to pave, stripes to paint, potholes to fill. But every mile is essential to deliver groceries to the store on the corner, to get your children to school, to connect you to work, and return you safely back home at the end of the day. The street system is the backbone of all forms of transportation: cars, bikes, pedestrians, transit. According to the Colorado Municipal League's State of Our Cities and Towns survey, in larger cities, the average number of years between surface treatments for residential streets is 14 years, 9 years for arterial streets. Street maintenance is important in municipalities of all sizes. In small Colorado towns, gravel streets are often the norm. Maintenance is more frequent with a gravel street to keep it in top condition. Our communities are laced with creeks, drainages, and irrigation canals. That means we have a lot of bridges to cross. Bridges have a lengthy lifespan, but that requires much care and repair along the way. Bridge replacement is a major budgetary challenge. 30% of municipalities have bridge replacement or rehabilitation projects ready to go when they can secure the funding. More and more people are turning to two-wheeled transportation. Cities and towns are working to make bicycle riders welcome and safe. Larger cities report an average of 64 miles of on-street marked bike lanes and 69 miles of off-street bike paths. As transportation options grow, so grows the number of people who ride rather than drive to their destination. Transit services come in all shapes and sizes across Colorado. 16% of cities and towns operate a bus system. 23% of municipalities are served by a regional transit district. To keep buses running, several revenue sources are needed: municipal general fund dollars, federal grants, and bus fares are the three primary sources of revenue that keep a bus system in operation. An exciting enhancement to regular bus service is what's known as bus rapid transit. After several years of planning and design, the City of Fort Collins' MAX system begins service this year. MAX is the first municipal bus rapid transit operation in the state. New transit options such as bus rapid transit and light rail are reshaping the urban landscape in Colorado. Colorado's cities and towns have been in the road business from the beginning. Many cities in Colorado are known for their wide streets laid out in the 19th century, wide enough to allow a wagon and team to turn around in mid-street. The first automobiles were driven in town. Prior to the First World War, municipal streets were the only roads of a quality that could handle motorized traffic. With the rapid advance of the automobile in the 1920s and 30s, more and better streets were required, which created the need for a better and reliable source of funding. Colorado's gasoline and diesel motor fuel taxes became the backbone of transportation funding for the state, counties, and municipalities. Motorists who used the roads paid for the roads. The tax began in 1919 with a 1 penny levy on each gallon of gasoline. The tax amount increased through time to match inflation and to meet the needs of a growing Colorado. Citizens realized the importance of building and maintaining a quality system. Gas tax revenue is deposited in the Highway Users Tax Fund and is restricted to spending on transportation. Dollars from the fund are distributed for the most part on a formula of 60% to the state 22% to counties, and 18% to municipalities. While dollars for local street maintenance come from several sources, such as a city's general fund or a dedicated sales tax or property tax, at the core of funding is the municipal share of the Highway Users Tax Fund. The HUTF, as it's known, relies on the gas tax as its primary revenue stream. Colorado's gasoline tax has been frozen in time since 1991. The 22 cents a gallon collected today has only 40% of the buying power of the 22 cents collected in 1991. A gallon of gasoline averaged $1.40 a gallon in 1991, less than half of what we are paying today. Colorado's cities and towns are faced with the fact that the principal transportation revenue stream will be declining in the future, while the needs will be growing. Street maintenance funding was hit hard during the recession. Most municipalities cut street maintenance budgets to balance their overall budget when the local revenue plummeted. The good news is that about half of municipalities reported a better revenue picture in 2013, with 1/3 saying revenue was about the same as the previous year. While the better revenue picture has led to an improved funding picture for transportation, only 41% of cities and towns report they have once again fully funded their street maintenance budget. 9 out of 10 municipalities list street maintenance as a budgetary challenge. Just over a half list it as their number one budgetary challenge. Beyond maintaining what we have, the need for expanding and upgrading the system outstrips the dollars available. 57% of municipalities report street projects awaiting funding. 30% have needed bridge projects, 27% bicycle projects, and 40% pedestrian projects. There is much to be done.